Web Summit Pitch semi-final. Let's hear some noise, yeah. I'm your co-host, I'm Casey Lau, the co-host of Rise.
And I'm Sunil Sharma, the co-host of Collision.
Yesterday, 160 of the best startups at Web Summit pitched their heart outs across 3 pitch stages here at Web Summit. We are left with 20 winners.
And earlier today, those 20 victorious companies pitched again, and 8 came out of that batch and are added to 8 pre-selected startups that are now going to pitch to make it to the semifinals, which will be tomorrow, the finals, which will be tomorrow on center stage at 12:30 noon sharp.
But as you can see on the center stage there, the startups are not alone. They're being observed on stage by our mega panel of 20 judges. These are the people who decide the winners. They will be taking into consideration the startup's product, potential to disrupt, financials, team, and quality of pitch.
But what's different from the previous rounds is that now there'll be no Q&A from the judges. This means that the startups have only 3 minutes to convince and impress those judges that they deserve one of the 3 coveted spots at tomorrow's finals. So that's enough from us. Let's now welcome our judges to the stage. All right, let's welcome our first startup to the stage. The company is Bouquet. Let's welcome Adrian.
Hi, everybody. When we applied to pitch for Web Summit, we were hoping to have 2 early adopter case studies. We never expected that we'd already be working with 4 of the biggest companies in the US. So what do? Think about a series of data. Aristotle is an enterprise platform for voice-enabled analytics. When Salesforce and Apple announced a partnership in September of this year around Siri, it was the signal that voice was arriving in the enterprise, and it was perfect timing for us. We launched Aristotle at Dreamforce, and we had 300 leads in 4 days. Our focus is analytics. Our motto is talk to your data. Now, this is what it means to talk to your data.
Hey, Alexa just learned a new skill called Aristotle. Now you can ask Alexa questions about Salesforce data and get answers on the spot. It's as simple as that. Alexa, show me accounts that have an amount higher than 250K this quarter.
Amount greater than 250,000 by account name so far from October 1st, 2018 to December 31st, 2018.
With the Aristotle skill, you can simply convert any Alexa device into an enterprise data analyst and access your company's Salesforce data directly.
You can also reach Aristotle through messaging platforms like Slack or Skype. Aristotle handles conversations in context and learns from your questions. Aristotle replaces reports. This is a report from my Salesforce app. I have to browse through that and find insights myself. And I can't even read what's on the display. Yuck. Aristotle eliminates the time sales operations take to build and maintain reports, giving them 40% of their time back. Aristotle makes it 80% faster to get insights, changing forever the way people consume data in the enterprise. We're creating a new market category called Business Intelligence Skills, or simply BI skills. BI skills voice activate any data source. It'll be a market of $5 billion by 2022. Because BI skills are so natural, they make technology disappear. And we believe that's where the future should be. And so does Gartner. I'll skip the competition, but in short, we are the only ones to talk to data at scale. Our early market focus is on the Salesforce ecosystem. We project to grow on the Salesforce ecosystem, addressing 200,000 chief revenue officers, sales managers, and executives. And for that, we are raising a $2 million post-seed right now. Let's talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Aristotle. And now for our second pitch. It's a fintech startup from San Francisco. Put your hands together for Coin Bundle.
Hi, everyone. I'm Saad, and I'm the CEO of Coin Bundle. Before starting this company, I worked for 10 years with dozens of finance ministers on economic development. This is what I learned. Cryptocurrencies will change emerging markets in fundamental ways. This will happen in two phases. At first will be the investing phase. For the first time in history, a farmer in Nigeria or Pakistan has access to the same investment class as a banker in New York. That's truly revolutionary. But that's just the beginning. Cryptocurrencies will also form the basis of a new decentralized internet, or Web 3.0. And at Coin Bundle, we are building on-ramps for both of those phases. We are starting with the world's first bundle crypto asset investing platform, which helps new investors build portfolios just like the experts. This is how it works. You choose from a variety of bundles crafted by our finance team. You learn about the underlying assets and why you should invest in them. And you buy them with one simple click. It's truly magical. Our bundles are based on your risk profile, from conservative to aggressive, even though everything's conservative, even though everything is aggressive in crypto right now. You can invest based on the market exposure you want to get, from 5 coins to the top 20 coins, or even based on your beliefs, where you can invest in emerging technologies or the world's first halal bundle of cryptocurrencies. But that's not all. Coin Bundle also connects some of the leading decentralized projects to early adopters, which lets you invest your time and earn crypto in return. In the first 9 months of our building this product, we've partnered with a full stack of financial institutions, acquired pre-seed financing from some of the leading investors in Silicon Valley, such as Y Combinator, and even added some global experts as advisors, including the manager of a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund. But most importantly, we are growing fast. In our first month of launch, we've had 90,000 investors from over 145 countries. And now at Web Summit, we are announcing something really exciting. Last week, we were able to acquire an EU fiat to crypto and crypto license. This means that now all of you can buy bundles too. So if you go to coinbundle.com/websummit, you can have your first $5 of bundles on me. We are Coin Bundle. if you want to partner with us to help bring cryptocurrencies to the next billion people, come talk to us. Thank you.
Okay, nice one, Saad. Before I introduce the next presenter, let me tell everyone what criteria the judges are using to score these amazing companies. 5 criteria: product, potential to disrupt, financials, team, and the quality of the pitch. So now let's welcome startup number 3, Snap Call, and presenting on stage is Natalia.
Hello guys, good afternoon. My name is Natalia, and I have a question for you today. What's the worst call you can make? Calling a business, right? You have to go through voice menus, you have to spend time listening to a classical background music, and you just need lots of patience. Think about your options when trying to communicate with a business today. You have long emails, chatbots, you can ask for a call back and sit there and just wait for ages. And also you can send some pigeons. Luckily, that's part of the past. And today, I'm going to present you guys the Snap Call button. This is how it works. Imagine the Web Summit had a Snap Call button in their website. And me, Natalia, I'm interested in making a purchase, a ticket, but I'm not quite sure which one to choose. So I need to talk to someone. I see this call button, and I just click here once. I don't have to install anything or type any phone number. And immediately, I get connected to a right agent, to a salesperson of the Web Summit. Easy, right? On the other side of the line, the salesperson from the Web Summit, picks up the call with all of this information. He can see that I'm in the page ticket, that I'm interested in the exhibition floor, that it costs 900 euros, and if I was logged in as a user, he will be able to see all my details. All of this information gets saved in the agent dashboard, and me, Natalia, as a user, I get to rate the call. Pretty simple, right? It seems simple, but it's not a light solution to develop. Voice is a very challenging space, and today we're on a mission to make digital, all of this, much more human. For this, we are the only company in the market that offers a live call solution with context. This means we can control effectively the quality of the calls and also deliver a highly customizable solution and also scalable. Guys, the setup is super easy. It's 5 minutes. We offer free and paid plans, and just some numbers for you. So far, we have enabled 200,000 calls, all with context, all digital. We serve large traffic websites and also small ones, and we have increased the conversions up to 30%. And just out of the blue, we created a new acquisition channel for them. That's not bad. Our team, we have a strong, diverse, passionate team with a strong technical background in the voice industry. We're located at Station F. It's the biggest, coolest startup campus in the world. And recently, good news is that we secured a funding of 1 million euros. I have a last question for you, for all the audience. What's the best call you can make today? Calling a loved one, and also calling some business thanks to Snap Call. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, thanks, Snap Call. Now, have we seen the winner yet? Let me ask, have we seen the winner yet? No, okay, we don't know yet. So let's bring up the next one, Vantic.
Hi everyone, I'm Lara, I'm CPO and co-founder of Vantic. It's very exciting to be here for me. About a year ago, I turned 26, and after months of nagging from my parents and after months of hearing in the news, in the German news, that the statutory pension is not going to be enough for me to retire, I finally thought, now's the time to get into the topic and to see about what am I going to do about my retirement savings. So I sat down and I did essentially what every person with like little to no financial knowledge at the time and also not really the desire to gain it would do. I Googled it. Now, what I found was a bunch of products, none of which I could understand. All of them felt like if I would sign them, I would basically sign a deal with the devil in person. Why? Not understandable. All of the products forced me to commit to at least 15 years, where I would be rewarded in 30 years for paying off fees the first couple of years. None of these products offered any kind of flexibility for me. So I wondered, how can it be so hard to get a product for a problem that is so important? We're talking retirement savings here. So I sat down and I dug a little bit deeper. And what I found was 25%. 25% is the likelihood of people in my generation to end up poor when we're old. 25% millennials. Now, I thought, how are we going to fix this? I teamed up with my co-founder, who has 15 plus years in the financial service industry, former partner at BCG. We sat down and we thought, what's the one thing you got to do in order to build enough money at retirement? It's invest early. So what did we do about it? We went ahead and we built a savings account. A savings account specially tailored to retirement. A savings account that is fully transparent, has no hidden fees, speaks to people, speaks the language of the people using it. A savings account that you can adjust 100% to your life, not the other way around. And most importantly, a savings account that gives you, in a low-interest environment, a decent return while still making sure your contributions are secured when you retire. Now, we've launched Vantic in April last year, private beta. We have acquired a couple of hundred customers. We have a waiting list of 9K, steadily growing at 7% weekly. And yeah, we're backed by strong investors like Atlantic Labs and Seedcamp, and we're launching publicly in January next year. Thank you. Jesus, wait. Is it this way?
Okay, thank you, Lara. Our next semifinalist, his name is Goran. His company is Code Control.
Good evening, everybody. Let me ask you a question. Who of you is currently looking for developers? Congratulations, you're not alone. About 70% of European companies are currently desperately looking for developers. But have you ever thought about changing your perspective? Have you ever thought about changing your approach? Have you ever thought about applying future of work as the new solution for your old problems? We believe and we know there's a trend that top digital resources don't want to be employed anymore. They want to work as freelancers. They want to pick and choose their projects. They want to work remotely. They want to embrace lifelong learning. And this is what Code Control offers them. Because today, applying future of work does not come easy. 30 to 40% of the time freelancers spend on things they don't like. Sales, contract, billing, accounting, all those kind of things. And we take this over for them. So we are offering value for both sides. For our clients, we enable them to staff any digital projects within 2 to 5 business days. And for our freelancers, we offer them services so they can concentrate on things they really like to do, build great digital projects. We have gathered a community of top 400 freelancers in the last couple of years, and they've been all vetted. We take only the top 3 to 5% into our community, and they've worked for companies like Airbnb, Facebook, and Google. The basis of our business is our customized platform, automated to ensure efficient processes. We automate almost every process in our company, from invoicing, digital contracts, matchmaking, sales, HR processes, continuous talent evaluation, which is based on Force.com, integrating with state-of-the-art solutions as well. By having this, we were able to scale. We started in 2016 with an MVP. where we tried out to understand what kind of services are required by the freelancers and by the customers. We made about 640,000 revenue. 2017, we focused on structure and systems to streamline our processes, to develop tools for our developers, and to automate sales and marketing processes. By that, we were able, with 5 core business people, to triple our revenue in 2018 to expected 4.5 billion. We are serving a bunch of clients from startups, but more and more big corporates come to us to help them with their digital projects. We believe that future of work business model will disrupt the global HR tech market. We're going to challenge tech consulting companies and classical agencies, temp workforces, and marketplaces by higher service level and quality with offering a tech-enabled flexible workforce. If you want to learn more about future of work and our approach, visit us tomorrow at B318. Thank you very much and have a nice evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Co-Control. Our 6th startup is called Waldo. Will they be victorious? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, Waldo.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amin. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Waldo. And it's been 10 years I'm working in the mobile industry. I've been a designer, I've been a PM, I've been an iOS engineer. And every week or two, we would gather around a table, and we would just test our app like crazy. And then 2 weeks later, we would redo the exactly same thing. And actually, that's the worst use of our time, and I was super frustrated. And if there's one thing you should know about myself, is definitely I'm a very impatient guy. So we would do that every time. And so I've been always amazed by actually the experiences that we're creating and all the vision we're trying to achieve in the mobile space. But it's just ridiculous the way we test them. We test them like we're in the 1800s. Fortunately, today, we have some great computer vision algorithms and machine learning algorithms that we can use to solve this problem. And that's what we decided to create, my team and myself, to solve this problem. And I'm very happy to introduce to you Waldo. So we are automating mobile QA, and this is our story.
All right, so your team is about to ship a new version of your app. It's crunch time. Designers are asking for UX changes, developers are tweaking code, and everyone is working like mad. Then finally, it's ready to ship. Or is it? Because here's the thing about updates. Even the tiniest change can cause problems somewhere else. One tweak here could make other parts of your app look weird, or even disable them altogether. And checking every screen yourself, that's not happening. Waldo changes everything. Waldo provides a real-time view of your UX, highlighting all the visual changes from previous versions so nothing escapes your eye. This allows you to catch and fix mistakes fast, not just to design, but functionality, so you can launch on time with confidence. It's not just for updates either. Because Waldo keeps a record of every new version, you can track your app's evolution over time, so you never lose sight of the big picture. Seeing is knowing. Get started with Waldo today.
We're creating this with an amazing team all over the world. And this is basically how it works. This is a recorder that we created in-house, so everything here is us. And basically, you just click on your app, you record your flows, then you can see what changed from one version to another in terms of UX, in terms of UI. The next things that are coming is testing translations, seeing the evolution of your app, and basically extracting the flows from your users in real time. We're in a market of 50 billion, and we are opening today for the Web Summit early access, so feel free to sign up today to get access. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Amin. Our next company is called Wizard Technologies. I want to welcome Tony.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tony, CEO and co-founder of Wizard. And I'm here today because building websites and apps sucks. It really sucks. OK, sorry about that. So people tend to think that the workflow is linear. You get an idea, you design it, you code it, you ship. Turns out things are much more complicated than that. There is a lot of back and forth between the different stakeholders in the project. It's slow, it's expensive, it's frustrating. Seriously, we're in 2018. We have self-driving cars hitting the roads. We have self-landing rocket ship. And we're still building websites the same way since the 90s. There got to be a better way. We are leveraging artificial intelligence and computer vision to turn wireframes into prototypes automatically. Let me show you how it looks. Imagine a world where you can directly take a picture of your wireframe with your team or your customer in your meeting room and convert it straight to working code. This is recorded live from our private beta. Every single day, thousands of websites and apps are being uploaded online. The market for the US alone for web design and web development is estimated to be worth $34 billion. It's massive. Our business model is straightforward. Subscription model, we have a SaaS software in the cloud, and people pay based on feature and based on volume on a monthly basis. Up to this day, we have more than 9,500 sign-up users in a waiting list to the private beta. Among those, 25 of the Fortune 500 companies. This company started as a machine learning research project back in June 2017, last year. We built the first AI to convert user interfaces to prototype. It was called Pix2Code, and we got a tremendous amount of interest. Airbnb started developing their own internal tool to do the same thing, and our project was actually more popular than TensorFlow in June 2017, which we actually used TensorFlow to build our own tech. We are supported by a great network of amazing investors from all around the world, and we raised a pre-seed this year. Our team is deeply technical. We're based in Copenhagen, 6 different nationalities, and 5 engineers coming from the top universities in the world. My name is Tony, co-founder of Wizard, and we are building the first AI to turn wireframe to working prototype. Thank you very much.
All right, we're halfway through the semi-final pitches. Raise your hand if you think you've seen the winner already. OK. All right, a few. Great. All right. So here we go. Let's continue on. And their next startup is called Zeneton.
Hi. Excited to be here. I'm Gilles. I'm CEO and co-founder of Zeneton. And I don't know, but yesterday, Tim O'Reilly tweeted that companies like Amazon were process monsters, automating up to 85% of what they do. And yes, we all know that this company have great services because they have automated the user experience using flawless processes. But these companies also have hundreds or thousands of engineers that you probably don't have, that I did not have myself in my previous startups. That's why we have built Zeneton. What most non-technical people don't get usually is that building even a simple workflow like this one is actually very complex. You need a ton of code. You need to install a queuing system to dispatch tasks on your workers. You need to set up cruns everywhere. You need to store some transient states in your databases. You need, if you want to monitor everything, you have a monitoring system. If you want to have some analytics on top of these processes, you have to add probes everywhere. And if you want to change, even for a simple process like this one, if you want to change or improve something, you need to fix code in hundreds or thousands of lines of code. Well, with Zenaton, your developer can only focus on writing only a few lines of code that describe your processes. Actually, Zenaton is so easy that even a single backend developer can code or maintain sophisticated business processes. After installing our agents in your servers, your developer can begin to code and upgrade or improve your processes. But your DevOps also have a fully managed queuing system and also all the monitoring tools they need. So Zenaton is a great tool for developer and DevOps to build your processes. But actually, the benefit is for the entire company. As you may know, sometimes frustration can arise between developers and other teams. It happens. With this tool, developers can work with marketers, can work with managers to build the processes that drive your businesses. And that is Zenaton's true mission, to help your company have the flawless processes that ultimately will bring you more happy customers. Thank you.
Well done, Gilles. For those keeping count, this next pitch is number 9 on the road to 16. So I'm going to call out Gonzalo from OpSeeker.
YOLO. You only live once. That's the motto of my generation, millennials. We care about the now. We care about experiences. It can be watching our favorite series, going out with our friends, or playing a game in our phones. It's all about living the now, because life happens now, right? Wrong. Life happens now, but it also happens in the future. And my generation is forgetting that we actually have one. There are millions of millennials in risk of financial exclusion if we don't start doing something now. This is why we created OpSeeker, the first AI-powered financial coach that empowers young individuals to have money for a lifetime. We build online tools that are based in AI and behavioral economics, which works cognitive errors and emotional biases. Let me explain that better. We humans, we tend to be terrible decision makers. We sometimes drink too much. We have a hard time exercising. And we also eat too much junk food. But that is just our brain. It's wired to meet short-term needs while it completely disregards long-term goals. By using behavioral economics, we are like an autocorrect for the human brain. This is our competitors. They are banks, insurance companies, robo-advisors. But we like to see them most as clients, because we are providing a white-label solution that these financial institutions can use to regain millennials. An opportunity for us of over 1 billion euros in the countries that we already started, the Netherlands and Spain. And we can help these financial institutions to increase their revenue per millennial by 650%. How? By driving them towards investment products. And we do it with a SaaS model, flexible, completely understanding of the needs of the financial industry. And this is our sales pipeline, with 5 phases that work in perfect harmony. We started our operations in 2017. We already signed agreements and launched pilots with Tier 1 banks, both in the Netherlands and in Spain. We're going to close 2018 with over 40,000 euros of revenue, while we are forecasting 2019, 400,000 euros and 2.2 million for 2020. And all this couldn't have happened with our amazing team. We combine both experience and youth, a killer combination. We have experience working, building financial products, building software, leading teams in companies such as Citi, Santander, UBS, you name it. Together, we can make sure that we improve the financial health of millennials and of our whole society. Just let us show you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, OpSeeker. And now for our 10th startup of the evening, let's welcome to the stage FactMata.
Hi, my name is Dhruv Gulati, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of FactMata. We've all seen in the past year how fake news has drastically reduced trust in governments, PR, platforms, and more. Today, we have no clue if a product review online is real or not. Brands have no idea as to the ads being placed on their platforms. And platforms are clueless as to the content being uploaded into them. By creating an internet where impressions, shares, and likes are the key measure of success, we've created a low-credibility, low-quality internet where content is driven by business profit rather than user experience. At FactMata, we are building the ability to score content for its quality, credibility, reliability, and safety. In the same way you go to Trustpilot to see if you can trust an online product, or TripAdvisor to judge the quality of a hotel, FactMata is building the real-time system to allow users to judge the quality of the content that they read. We've gained this. So how do we do this? We use subject matter experts to train AI systems. These subject matter experts include advocacy groups who are skilled at judging subtle microaggressive phrases, to investigative journalists who can find an alt-right meme in any piece of content, to scientists who can judge an online article for its scientific credibility. We even build them unique annotation tools so that our AI can gain the unique knowledge it needs to reason effectively. We've gained the ability to score content across multiple factors, including its biased framing, offensiveness, hyperbole, and more. This score is going to transform industries from advertising, PR, branding, and more, and will impact every internet user's experience online. So here's an example of what this score is going to look like. We've gained the ability to score content across controversy, opinionation, and clickbait. Our team came together from companies like Grammarly, SwiftKey, BuzzFeed, and Google. And we are backed by some of the early pioneers of the internet, including BizStone, Mark Cuban, and more. Join us and help rebuild trust in the internet. Thank you.
That was fantastic, Dhruv, and happy Diwali to you, by the way. Our next company is Farm Cloud, and I'd like to introduce Miguel onto the stage.
Hi, my name is Miguel, and I'm the CEO of Farm Cloud. I met my two co-founders back in 2001, and since then we decided that we should have a company together, since we have complementary knowledge from communications and hardware, software, and myself for business development. We understood that we could help on the livestock production in order to feed the world. So we've understood that if you have a lot of enhancements in feed, in genetics, and using a lot of technology already, that we could pick the information that is offline at the farm level with this kind of controllers, and take it to the cloud, our own cloud, agnostic cloud, and make a good use of that data. So we developed the Farm Connector, being the Farm Connector, the plug-and-play solution that we have, very fast and very easy to install, and getting the data to where we need it, then we can have all kinds of alarms, and of course, having the data only for the data is not enough, and we want also to guarantee that we can have information that everyone can understand. we decided to do our sustainability dashboards, mainly for business, where we can tell you if you are doing well or not, but also on welfare for the animal and for environment. So with this, we can give the transparency that the market needs on top of the optimization of the production. The market is around 3 million poultry and pig houses. We can attend other markets. On those, we have 2,000 or 2 million houses that are using technology. From those, we want 10%, 200,000 houses. The initial investment will be 200 euros for the farm connector and the annual fee of 300 euros per house. We identified four different groups that can help enhance our sales, mainly the controllers manufacturers, the producers of the meat, the retailers and restaurants chains, and finally those that can improve their specific offer. Our competition, we have indirect competition, mainly from the controllers manufacturers and IoT companies, and our differentiation comes from the fact that we are plug and play, we have an agnostic solution, legacy compliance, we are doing the retrofit till 25 years back, and most important, very low risk. Our sales will be around 100,000 euros this year. We won 3 innovation awards in these 2 first years that we have. We have distribution in 4 countries. We have NDA signed with some of the main controllers manufacturers worldwide, and we have projects running in 3 continents. We have the patent pending for the farm connector. So we are in evolution, not a revolution. Thank you for your time.
Take it from me, it's very difficult to stand up on that stage and pitch in front of everybody here. But let's continue on with the startups. This is number 12. Welcome to the stage, Wave.
I'm going to show you the first time a self-driving car has learned how to drive. This car knows nothing about the world. It doesn't know what a road is. It doesn't know what physics is. Every time it makes a mistake, the safety driver takes over, and it begins off by just doing random steering actions. Each time it's trying to drive a little bit further without making a mistake and just get a little bit better before the safety driver takes over and intervenes. You can see after a bit of training, it can't drive, and it still drives off the road. So we train it a bit more and give it a bit more data. And now you can see it's learned a policy which starts to correct, but it's still a little bit unstable and eventually crashes. So we keep training this and keep giving it more data. What's really exciting here is this algorithm, we haven't told it how to drive or what a road is. It's learned entirely from scratch. And after only 10 minutes of training, it's learned how to drive. This is the first time deep reinforcement learning has been used for self-driving cars. So at Wave, we believe robotics will be the next technology to massively revolutionize society. But in self-driving, we've seen all the incumbent companies focus on brute forcing a solution with HD maps, with copious amounts of sensors and hand-coding rules for how the cars should behave. This might give us autonomy in a small geofenced area in an affluent city, somewhere like San Francisco, but it's not going to scale to the world. We want to bring autonomy to places like Europe or my hometown in New Zealand, and we think machine learning is the key way to do this. So that's why we're building an AI-first robotics company. So with a few $1 million of seed capital, we've assembled a team of 20 world-leading machine learning and robotics people. Our next challenge is to scale this technology because we want to be the first to deploy our cars in 100 cities, not just 1. So how do we do it? Well, we rely on computer vision to see the world around us in all weathers. And we want our robots to understand the world around us so that they can make their own decisions with more intelligence. We believe the key to bringing mobile robotics to society is to focus on more intelligent cars, not by brute forcing a solution with more technology and more sensors and maps. We believe machine learning is key to do this because driving is a really hard problem. and we don't think it's possible to hand engineer a solution for this. That's why we're relying on machine learning to be able to learn a driving policy that we want to scale the world. So at Wave, we're relying on machine learning, and we want to bring autonomy to everyone, everywhere. Thank you.
Brilliant stuff, Alex. OK, this is literally the home stretch. We're in the final drive here. So I want to introduce Laszlo from Poseidon Foundation.
What if you could save the planet with your favorite ice cream? No matter what you invest in, even if it's the most amazing application in the world, if our planet falls apart, all technology will fall apart. And the problem is, we know we don't have much time to save our environment. The other problem is, we know we caused it. We're cutting down trees at a rate of 500 per second. That's the rate of deforestation. We also know that we won't change society in time, not fast enough. But what if we don't have to change society? What if we can continue doing what we do today and save the planet with every purchase? We've combined carbon credits, technology, and you to create accessible, scalable climate action. Carbon credits are instruments that are used to channel funding to sustainable development projects. And we put those carbon credits onto a blockchain platform that allows us to track them from the project all the way to the emission reduction. And the blockchain also allows us to track the money that goes into the system all the way to where it's applied. Finally, blockchain allows us to process microtransactions. We then use AI in order to, on the fly, quantify the climate impact of a product or purchase, and another AI in order to select the appropriate offset project so that your money goes exactly to those projects that are dear to your heart. Most importantly, we're putting you in control. We're giving you a mobile app that will show you in real time where your contributions went. The best part, this is not a dream. We are live. We've been running at Ben & Jerry's in London since May, and every scoop of ice cream purchased there has been climate action. For you car lovers, we're also live with a British supercar manufacturer and with governments. The city of Liverpool has signed up with us and has made public pledges that Liverpool City Council will become the first climate-positive city in the world using our Reduce platform. Since then, we've had overwhelming calls from governments around the world who want to work with us. We have a sustainable financial model that will allow us to operate with our initial capital. We're a passionate team that is very committed to making this work. We have powerful partners, the best in each of the fields. And if we work together, we believe that if we act now, we can still save our planet. Thank you.
All right, this is the final stretch. 3 more startups to go. The next one coming up is called TPH. What does TPH stand for? The Pasta Haters.
This room can support 15,000 people. If all of us today would be a piece of clothing, 75% or 11,250 would be trashed into landfills. This is the result of the fashion industry, an issue that my company is addressing today. Well, let me start with a small story first. Back in Paris, I have a friend. She always had the latest bags, really expensive. She never wore the same outfit twice, but she wasn't rich at all. So how did she do that? Well, let me tell you her secret: an empty fridge. She was eating pasta for every meal, all the time, sometimes with a drop of ketchup. One day she came to me and she was like, she started to hate pasta more than she loved her expensive bag and new clothes. So I took her to my favorite vintage shops in Paris and changed her life, because she still wanted to look unique and good. Vintage shops are the only one, rescuing beautiful products from the landfills. There's more than 60,000 of them worldwide, with millions of products to offer, but nothing is online. It's done manually, and it's really time-consuming. So 1.5 years ago, I decided to start a company, a platform that allows them to digitalize their businesses. And because of my friend, I decided to call it the Pasta Haters. The Pasta Haters unlocks vintage shopping globally for everyone by providing the right tools to the right suppliers and giving consumers access to unique, affordable, and beautiful products. Our technology allows vintage shops to categorize and sort their products. And soon, we are launching an app that will help them have control over their whole inventory by creating sales taglines for every product and standardize sizing across all the vintage shops. Yeah, that's the name. So as of today, we have vintage shops in 9 countries in Europe and Asia using our platform. Their revenue has been increasing by 20%. Our inventory online has also been increasing by 20% for the last couple of months. Yeah. Vintage shopping not only allows you to reduce your own footprint, you become part of a massive change of an industry that has been the second most polluting on Earth. So, oh, that's the end. Yeah, start shopping vintage today and discover the supplies of tomorrow's fashion. Thank you.
That was perfect, Lisa. So this is the penultimate pitch of the semifinals. I'm going to call out John from Hafnium Labs.
Hi, I'm John. I represent Hafnium Labs, and we predict chemistry. Yeah, I know. What does that mean? It means that instead of doing a laboratory experiment, we use computer simulations to predict the outcome of that experiment. So you can test an idea in minutes instead of months. That's interesting, because chemical R&D is a $150 billion industry, fundamentally limited by slow experimentation. And since chemical R&D is at the heart of everything from discovering the drugs that save our lives to the crops and energy technologies that we all hope will save our tomorrow, predicting chemistry may not sound sexy, but it is important. Okay, you might be thinking, chemistry, don't we know everything there is to know? I mean, it's been around since forever. But with an unlimited amount of molecules that you can mix in an infinite amount of ways at infinite combinations of temperature and pressure, we're just scratching the surface of what we can do with chemistry. Imagine what we could do if we could map this dark space with computer simulations. And that's exactly why we're here. Using a breakthrough scientific innovation, patent in process, we're able to take everything that we do know, advanced quantum chemistry, and the latest within data science and AI to make the world's most accurate chemical property predictions. And we're not just game-changingly accurate. We're also going to be the easiest to use, the fastest, and the most affordable solution ever. Existing solutions require expert users, cloud computing, and expensive software licenses. And they're still not accurate enough. With us, you simply go online, choose a molecule and a property you want, buy at a fraction of the cost of a laboratory experiment. And our cloud enables you to get your result in minutes to hours. And with hundreds of thousands of chemists and engineers worldwide as potential users, there's a clear path to growing a global company, disrupting the existing market and creating new ones. We're a team of 3, all chemical engineers, chasing a dream we share from our common background. Since then, I spent 6 years with the Boston Consulting Group, most recently as a manager in their AI division. My co-founder, Björn, is an award-winning PhD and industrial experience in scientific software development. And Rasmus is a PhD and postdoc specializing in quantum chemistry and cloud computing. We already had first sales last year on our alpha product, and we've since then been in development. And we're now ready for beta with more than 20 global companies within chemicals, biochemistry, pharma, and energy. And we actually just had first sales requests despite the fact that we haven't launched. So now you know why predicting chemistry is important. And you know how Hafnium Labs is going to change the status quo. Next, I'd love to tell you more about our business model and our game-changing science. But my 3 minutes are up, so you'll have to come ask me. Thank you.
All right, so coming up, the final pitch. So stick around. We're going to announce the 3 finalists right after this. So put your hands together for the final semi-pitch finalist startup, Level 5.
Hi, everybody. My name's Andrew Corey. I'm the CEO of Level 5. We build the computer vision software for autonomous cars. Autonomous cars need to know where they are down to the inch. This is one of the biggest problems that you face if you're building a self-driving car. So GPS isn't good enough. Right now, the only thing that's good enough is LiDAR. But LiDAR, which is circled up here in red, costs $80,000 a piece. So we have a solution to this problem, and it's not based on LiDAR. It's solely based on computer vision. How does it work? Well, our computer vision software, which is running up here, locates the location of important visual landmarks like traffic lights, signs, lane lines, pretty much everything on the road. We then aggregate this information and combine it into a map, which you can think of as a 3D model of the world. And if the car has access to this map, it then can use the location of those landmarks to triangulate its exact location. So our breakthrough is that with our map and our software, we can eliminate the need for $80,000 piece of hardware. So a $14 commodity camera combined with Level 5 software eliminates the need for LiDAR. And this isn't some far-off dream fairy tale software of the future. We've already built this, and it's running today. We've deployed it on over 10,000 iPhones. That's right, just an old iPhone can run our software. And what you see here is a debug view of our app, and this all runs on a 5-year-old iPhone. Here's another debug view from our app, which shows our map localized in real time on a trip using just computer vision. So this is a really big deal because it means we can enable the mass production of autonomous cars. Now, how is all this going to make money? Well, we think that in the long run, computer vision software is going to become a commodity. What won't become a commodity is this ever-changing map data. So we're going to charge a small monthly fee per vehicle per month for access to our data. It's a $1.5 trillion market. We've already become almost profitable in this high-growth industry by starting and finishing a pilot with one of the biggest auto companies in the world. We've also formed a strategic partnership with Rubicon Global to install our software on almost every garbage truck in the world and map out the roads. So what we're going to be doing with Rubicon is actually using the software to map out road quality. And our team is the one to do this. I worked directly under Elon Musk at Tesla on the autopilot team for over 2 years, and my co-founder worked on the computer vision team at iRobot. We also have engineers from Google, Yandex, and MIT. So we're Level 5. We build the software for autonomous cars. We think we can replace $80,000 LiDAR, and we already have pilots with major auto companies. Thank you.
right. The judges' scores will now be collected, counted, and verified, and the top 3 scoring startups will be announced in just a few minutes.
So while the scores are being collected, and in real time, we're gonna figure this out while we're up here. So don't leave, don't go anywhere. What we want to do is get some perspective from some of the judges on what they saw here. So I'm going to start by asking this man right here, Kevin Talbot, who I know very well from Toronto and San Francisco. What did you think overall of the pitch presentation tonight?
Well, I thought many of the presentations were really good, but what entrepreneurs need to remember is not to recite to us in a presentation, to actually give us some feeling and give us a discussion. The other thing I'll say is a lot of them sort of forgot to tell us about their team and their competitive environment.
Okay, good point. And just tell us where you're from.
I'm from Menlo Park, California, Relay Ventures.
Relay Ventures.
Tim, from Early Bird, what do you look for when you're looking at these startups to invest in?
Normally what we look for is how the forward-looking lock-ins, so the barriers to entry, how they manifest themselves the more the companies scale over time. So that's what we look for in a startup.
Great. Sunil?
Hey, so tell us who you are, what fund you're with, and what industry you look to invest in right now.
My name is Sonia Gokhale. I'm with Venture Souk and based in Dubai. And we're sector agnostic, so we go across the board, across industries. Venture Souk.
Venture Souk.
What's your name and what fund are you with?
Andre De Hayes. I started Backed VC.
So which startup are you looking at you think is the best?
I was very interested by both Wave and then Level 5, because both of them are solving a major blocker in self-driving cars, which is the need for LiDAR and for mapping. So what we need is a much more versatile way of developing autonomous driving.
Okay, interesting. Sunil?
Okay, introduce yourself, and I want you to tell us one of the companies that you voted for and why you felt that way.
I'm Nuno. I'm originally from Lisbon, and so I'm representing here the local town, and I'm based in Menlo Park, California as well. One of the companies that I was very excited about was FactMata. I think given what we're going through these days with fake news and other things, it is something that needs to be sorted out, and we need to find a solution that we're in control of.
Okay.
Hi there, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Alexa Gorman from SAP.io.
My first question is, how much do you love Lisbon?
A lot. It's my 3rd time here.
Awesome, right? What do you look for in these startups today? What's the most exciting thing that you see today?
I think it's an exciting technology. It's also the team that's basically bringing this to life and basically working with customers, with investors, etc. So it's a combination of a great solution and a great team that can make it happen.
Great, great. Sunil.
Okay. Introduce yourself and tell me what advice would you give a startup seeking investment?
My name is Aurelia Souza. I'm from Lisbon, working for Accenture Technology. And the advice I would give is, that they need to be able to show the financial model they have, how disruptive is their service or product, in order to be able to promote themselves and show which business is there for the investors that are willing to go with them for the future development of their business.
Okay.
Hi there. What's your name and where are you from?
Hi, my name is Ricky Tejapaibul. I'm from Tech Wildcatters. We're a seed stage fund and accelerator program based in Dallas, Texas.
Who do you think was the strongest presenter today?
I think there's several really good ones. I think the ones with the autonomous driving ones, that they came with the visuals and we can really see it.
Great. Sunil?
Okay, I just want to ask you to introduce yourself and tell us what did you think of the pitches overall tonight?
I'm Aija from Ruby Light, and I'm speechless.
Well said, speechless. Okay.
Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Janet Bannister. I'm a partner of Real Ventures. We are a Canadian-based early-stage investor.
Beyond what you saw tonight, what sector do you think is very exciting to be investing into or for startups to start up in?
I mean, obviously AI, anything AI related is very interesting right now. I'm also a huge believer in marketplaces and the ability of marketplaces to transform industries.
Great.
Okay. All right, I'll ask you to introduce yourself and tell us who is your #1 pick overall tonight.
Name's Oscar, from Spain originally, but coming from China. Run China Accelerator, part of the SOSB network. And the company that really impressed me the most was Hafner Labs. I think biology and chemistry is becoming really, really important. We saw the revolution of software, we saw the revolution of hardware, and now there's a lot of innovation happening in that space. But experimentation and testing takes a lot of time. So I think this company is really addressing something that is going to create a lot of opportunities for innovation in an area that is slow by nature.
Excellent. So Hafner Labs was his #1 pick.
All right. Please introduce yourself and where you're from.
I'm Stephen from Dublin in Ireland.
Great. Stephen, Dublin in Ireland. Who was your favorite pick today?
Well, I actually like the two that were aiming to help millennials save money for the future, because I think it's an area which a lot of people are not building enough habits in and not building enough systems in to leave themselves looked after when they're older.
All right, great. Very interesting. Neil?
Guess we'll just keep going. I will ask you, sir, to introduce yourself and tell us what you thought of the diversity of the startups you saw, in any way you see fit to define that question.
Sure. So I'm Nick Stocks from White Star Capital. We're an international VC fund with offices across North America, Europe, and Japan. What I think really stood out to me was the fact that there were a lot of startups that are really attacking industries that matter, from financial illiteracy to climate and several others. And that was something really good to see, that there are entrepreneurs tackling these big issues.
Okay, great.
Great. What's your name and where are you from?
Tarik, Allstate Strategic Ventures from Chicago.
What startup did you like the best?
I actually had two that were tied. Factmata was one, because obviously we have a lot of fake news these days that we need to figure out. And then the second one, which is close to our heart, was the very last one, Level 5.
Level 5 in Factmata. Okay, interesting. Whoa, what's going on here?
Okay, so this question I'm going to ask you, not what you felt was the best company, but what did you think was the best pitch in terms of pitch quality overall? And introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Henrietta. I'm from Dentons. We're a global law firm. I thought the best pitches were those that clearly identified the problems, what they were looking to solve, and actually covered, the financial basis for the product they were promoting as well. So I think actually Level 5 was my favorite.
Say it again.
The final pitch.
The final
Level
pitch.
5, yeah.
All right, so Neil, come back
Okay.
over. We got the results here.
All right.
Very exciting. All right, so these are the 3 startups that we're going to be in the pitch finals tomorrow at 12:30 here on center stage.
In no particular order, I think.
In no particular order. So Neil, who is #1?
We'll start with #1. We'll go with the one we just heard about, Level 5.
Level 5. Okay, I got it. All right, and the second of the 3, Wave.
One more left to announce. I know which one it is. The final company that'll be pitching at tomorrow's finals, 12:30 p.m. sharp here on center stage in front of the world, is Factmata.
Whoa, Factmata! All right, today the power is in our judges' hands. However, tomorrow in the grand final, you, the audience, get to take some of that power back and become the 4th judge. So make sure you're back here tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. and have your say in who becomes the champion of pitch at Web Summit 2018. See you all tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you, judges.
Thank you very much.